I'm Sara Harris. I'm a professor of teaching in Earth, Ocean, and Atmospheric Sciences, and I work on teaching and learning at UBC. Coming to UBC and being involved in the Carl Wyman Science Education Initiative really was what helped me progress in my own teaching practice much more quickly and much more effectively than I think would have happened otherwise. I'm trying to change the experience from being a passive one to being an active one, even in the online environment. So we have these essay assignments where they are charged with looking at impacts of climate change in their own community, and they post it to a global map. And so we end up with these maps that have hundreds of entries of stories from all over the world. And this is the kind of content that no instructor would ever be able to generate on their own. The idea is to use evidence about how people learn to improve people's learning. And it makes a ton of sense. It's just very logical to actually take a scientific approach to teaching and learning. And so can we, just like you would do in any research, can we take what is known about how people learn and then actually apply that in the classroom? The Science Education Open House is an annual event where really anybody doing work in science education comes together and sees what's happening across the Faculty of Science. I think the Open House does give people opportunities to talk to one another about what they're doing, right? And if people are fundamentally committed to teaching in ways that are more effective for students, then we can have real cultural change. I've become a big fan of evidence and believing evidence more than I'm believing my gut feeling about how things went. And an example of this is from our climate change class. We started doing some pre-post testing. We found out that fewer than half of our students were leaving our course and could answer a basic question about the greenhouse effect. And so what we did then is we changed what we did. We created some activities in class, and then we tested again, and we found that we got a much better percentage of our students leaving the class with at least this fundamental basic understanding of the greenhouse effect. So that's the way, an example of the way in which I think evidence can be much more informative for us and give us a more solid understanding of the impact of what we're doing than our intuition sometimes does.